Coming to you from Barth and Graham Court on the campus of North Catholic, it's Trojan Game Day. Welcome everyone to the NCSN Game of the Week. Your North Catholic Trojans meet the Freeport Yellow Jackets in a section matchup. The Trojans enter this evening's game with a 3-1 record overall, 2-0 in the section, while the Yellow Jackets come in having played no games. It's the North Catholic Trojans and the Freeport Yellow Jackets coming up next, right here on NC Sports Network. NC Athletics is looking for game day sponsors for our live broadcasts. If you would like to be an NC Athletics game day sponsor, please contact Brian Miller at bmiller@northcatholic.org. NC Athletics has a new home on the web. Visit northcatholicathletics.org for updates and information on your favorite North Catholic athletic team. You can also sign up to receive text or email alerts to keep you on top of your favorite Trojan teams. Hello everyone, I'm Sean Malone coming to you from Cranberry Township as North Catholic and Freeport meet in this Class 4A Section 1 matchup. The Trojans sit atop the section standings with that 2-0 record, while the Yellow Jackets are getting in their first game action of the season. To date, the Trojans are averaging 71 points per contest, which leads all teams in 4A. On the defensive side of the court, they are allowing 64.3 points for their opponents. The Yellow Jackets were scheduled to play Keystone Oaks on Tuesday, but that game was postponed, so this is their first game of the season. We're just over a minute away from the start of the contest. We'll be going down to the court for the starting lineups and the national anthem soon. If you haven't tuned into any of the games this year, you should be in for a treat. This North Catholic team is always really exciting to watch. Whenever they've had games this week and the past weeks at school, they've got new t-shirts this year that say "Embrace the Pace." And so based on those shirts, you can expect an extremely fast-paced game tonight. North Catholic will press Freeport all over the floor on the defensive end, and they'll move up the floor quickly on the offensive end, going for fast breaks and quick three-pointers. And that will happen in 30 seconds when the game starts. We're going to go courtside now for the starting lineups and the national anthems.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. North Catholic High School welcomes you to Barth and Graham Court for tonight's section matchup between the Freeport Yellow Jackets and your North Catholic Trojans. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. And now, the introduction of tonight's starting lineup. First, for the visitors, Freeport Yellow Jackets. Starting at guard, 5'10" junior, number 15, Vinny Clark. Starting at guard, 6 foot junior, number 20, Connor Holloway. Starting at guard, 6'3" junior, number 24, Cole Charlton. Starting at forward, 6'1" sophomore, 25, Parker Lucas. And starting at guard, 6 foot junior, number 33, Jason Kioski. The Yellow Jackets are coached by Trojan Game. And now let's meet tonight's starting lineup for your North Catholic Trojans. Starting at guard, 5'11" senior, number 3, Owen D. Gregorio. Starting at guard, 5'11" senior, number 5, Isaiah Jackson. Starting at guard, 5'7" junior, number 10, Matthew Greger. Starting at guard, 5'11" sophomore, number 24, Max Rotman. And starting at center, 6'7" senior, number 45, Andrew Hammerman. Our Trojans are coached by Coach Dave Gregorio.
And there were the starting lineups for you. For your North Catholic Trojans, it's number 45, Andrew Ammerman, who at 6'7" is the tallest player on the court tonight by 4 inches. We'll see if the Trojans can exploit that tonight. He's joined by Owen D. Gregorio, a senior, junior Matt Greger, number 10, fellow senior number 5, Isaiah Jackson, and number 24, Max Rotman, a sophomore. For Freeport, their starting lineup was Vinnie Clark, Connor Holloway, Cole Charlton, Parker Lucas, and Jason Kioski. Cole Charlton is going to jump it off with Andrew Ammerman here to start. North Catholic playing in their home white uniforms. They've got bright red numbers outlined in gold. Freeport has a dark blue on, and they have gold numbers and lettering. Freeport spelled across the front of their jerseys. And for North Catholic, Trojans is over the numbers on the front of their jerseys, and they've got an NC crest on the back. The jump ball is up. Ammerman tips it back, but Holloway sprinted to it, lost it. The ball moves quickly up the court to Jackson, who tries to spin a layup in off the glass. It doesn't go, and Freeport's Vinnie Clark brings the ball up the court. North Catholic settles into that pressure man defense. Clark goes in, drops it off to Parker Lucas, and Lucas, guarded by the smaller Jackson, throws it up and in off the glass. Ammerman answers with a layup of his own on the other end, and the score is 2-2. And here's that North Catholic pressure defense. This time Clark breaks it, dribbling left-handed up the court, tries to take it all the way himself. His layup is altered by Ammerman, and he cocked his arm back, looked like he wanted to pass it all the way down the court, but chose a shorter pass instead. Greger gets into the teeth of the defense before his pass is deflected and stolen away. But Freeport it looked like they might have given the ball right back up, but it turns out that a Trojan player knocked it out. So Freeport's Connor Holloway will inbound from the sideline. Owen D. Gregorio guards him. He throws it to Jason Kioski in the corner. Kioski tries to throw it in to Lucas at the post, and Matt Greger knocks it away. Early on, it looks like Freeport is heading towards Lucas in the post, and he's been guarded by some smaller players both times, maybe giving him an advantage. Clark's going to take it back out near the half-court line. He's guarded by Greger, and he hands off to Kioski. Kioski is stopped by Jackson. Clark's going to try a three, and it rattles around and then decides to go down. Clark's three-pointer puts the Yellow Jackets up 5-2. Max Rotman looking to drive, crosses over, but gives it to Greger, who throws it once more to Jackson in the corner. Jackson to Di Gregorio, to Rotman in the corner. Rotman fires a three. It's short, but rebounded by Ammerman. He leans on his defender, and nice defense there by Cole Charlton. Foils the Ammerman attempt. Freeport still up 5-2. Again, this is Freeport's first game of the season, and they're taking on the 2-0 in the section North Catholic Trojans. So this is a big test right away for Freeport, as North Catholic has had an excellent program for a long, long time. And Freeport with its second three now of the first quarter. Cole Charlton hits over Andrew Ammerman, and it's 8-2, an early lead and a good start for Freeport. Let's see if North Catholic can fight back. It's Ammerman throwing a skip pass to Owen Di Gregorio. Di Gregorio is fouled, and that almost went down for a chance at a 4-point play. But we can still get 3 points And Owen is going to head to the free throw line for 3 shots. And as Owen gets set up to shoot here on the other side of the court, Coach DiGregorio talking to Max Rotman, pointing at the right-hand side of the court for me, so maybe giving him some defensive instruction. Coach DiGregorio has a great energy on the side of the court, always teaching his players as Max Rotman goes out for Andrew Madelon, his fellow sophomore. Meanwhile, DiGregorio has hit both of his first 2 free throws. He looks for the third one now to make it an 8-5 game with 5:37 left, and it is good. Freeport inbounds it. Madelon tries to guard Clark. Clark's going to skip it across to Holloway. Clark will now get it back up near midcourt. Gregor backpedaling. Clark stops, does a crossover, then tries to drive again, and he is fouled. It's the first foul of the game, and that's probably a rarity if you've watched a lot of Trojan basketball for the first foul not to be until almost 3 minutes are into the game. With the type of pressure defense North Catholic plays, there are a lot of fouls committed, and that foul was on Andrew Ammerman, number 45. Freeport's inbounds play is just going to result to them throwing it back out to half court, and Vinnie Clark. Kioski drives on Madelon. He's stopped. Clark, he has to work on Madelon too. Madelon stays in front, and he's going to turn the ball over. DiGregorio gets it, throws it to Jackson. Jackson slows it down, throws it to Topinski, who has entered the game, and whips a pass in by Jackson to Ammerman, and it looks like there's going to be a foul on the floor. Unfortunate there for North Catholic. That was going to be an easy basket for Andrew. .457 left in the first quarter. 8-5 Freeport early on. They've hit 2 threes. Jackson inbounds it to DiGregorio, skips it across to Madelon, who tries a long 3. It hits off the left side of the rim and is rebounded by Kioski. Clark now driving on Jackson. Jackson, a great defensive play. Ammerman driving down the court. He's got Topinski with him. He's going to take it all the way himself, and he gets fouled. Aggressive move there by Andrew Ammerman, and showing some good dribbling skills for the center on the court for the Trojans. And Ammerman's going to get to shoot from some free throws. Ammerman's first is good. Ammerman, one of several players on the team, along with, really just Isaiah Jackson, who made really significant contributions last year in North Catholic's WPIAL title-winning team. Just like the girls' team last year, they had quite a few seniors who've graduated, and now a lot of the other players have to step up their roles and fill in. And Freeport, after some early success on offense, the North Catholic pressure is getting to them. They've had a couple turnovers in a row, and an athletic play by the Freeport player was the only thing that prevented a turnover there. But Clark is on the wrong page with the teammate. He throws it right to Ammerman. And Ammerman's going to try to post up inside. He's fighting for position, and he's going to draw another loose ball foul. I think that loose ball foul is going to be on number 24, Cole Charlton, who's hit a 3 for Freeport in the early going here. But that's his second foul, and he's got to take a seat in the bench with only 4 minutes, less than 4 minutes gone in the first quarter. Isaiah Jackson, what a great look off. He faked like he was going to throw it to his teammate in the left corner, and instead he passed it to Ammerman for an easy layup. And now Freeport commits an offensive foul. Into the game for the Trojans was number 34, Max Hurry. Andrew Ammerman heads to the bench with 6 of the Trojans' 9 points. The other 3 are from Owen DiGregorio. Max Rotman drives in. He's going to be fouled on the floor as well. So after we went the first 3 minutes of the game with no fouls, we're already up to 6. As Freeport has committed 5 fouls, North Catholic only 1 foul. The 5 on the court for the Trojans are Rotman, Melenda, Hurry, Madelon, and Topinski. Madelon drives into the teeth of the defense, kicks it out to a wide open Melenda. His 3 is short. He follows his shot, but it's rebounded by Kiowski. Freeport kicks the ball around for another 3, and that 3 this time is up and good from Connor Holloway. He's the 3rd different Yellow Jacket to hit a 3 here in the first period, and that puts Freeport back on top 11-9. And Hurry is fouled again on the court, and that's 6 fouls already on the Yellow Jackets. That means that the Trojans are 1 foul away from going to the 1-and-1 bonus. And that's where you can get a lot of cheap points if Freeport's going to continue committing all of these fouls. So it looks like the 3 referees tonight are calling this game fairly closely. Max Rotman now is going to go to work on Clark. Crosses over to his left hand and throws it to Gregor in the corner. Gregor back to Rotman. Rotman drives baseline, goes up, and he's well defended by several Freeport players, but he chases down his own rebound. And the Trojans reset with Melenda at the top. And Melenda's going to push off. And the Freeport defender on him that drew that foul, I think, was Clark. So North Catholic, Rotman went in, missed his shot. North Catholic got it back, but then Melenda commits the offensive foul and turns it over. Ben Lane is in the game for Freeport, as well as Vinnie Clark, who's their point guard. He's been out there the whole time tonight. Kyle Topinski is going to be called for an off-the-ball foul, although he was just a second away from tipping that ball away and going down the court for an easy steal and an easy layup. Kiowski takes it in the near corner. Lane now drove in, looked like he was trying to dump it off to Colin Gaspersic of Freeport, but he threw it out of bounds. When Freeport has got in the lane, they have not looked to shoot. They've really looked to pass, and the last couple times they've thrown it away. But what is working well for Freeport is the outside shot. They've hit 3 3-pointers so far in the first quarter. Topinski bullies his way into the lane, misses the shot, gets his own rebound, turns over his left shoulder and puts it back in. Kyle Topinski has tied this game at 11. Topinski goes over to the far corner for the double team. It doesn't work. Lane throws it underneath to Gaspersic. Gaspersic is able to shoot it up and in over Madelon. Rotman to Gregor in the corner. He barely stays in bounds. Gregor throws it into Topinski. He's got the smaller lane on him. Topinski throws it up and in. Great spin move to the baseline by Kyle Topinski. And North Catholic is going to steal the inbounds pass. Lane didn't throw it to anybody. Matt Gregor throws up a 3, and it's short. And Topinski had great position. Again, he was going to grab the rebound, but he's fouled, and that's going to put Topinski on the line. So Kyle Topinski will be shooting free throws here. It's a tie game, 13-13, 1:56 left to play in the first quarter. Topinski was shooting 1-and-1, and he makes the first, and that's always critical in these situations. North Catholic so far has made a lot of hay inside in the paint. Ammerman has 6 points, Topinski has 5, and he almost got his own rebound off the missed free throw there. Freeport throws it away again. It's Jackson. Will the Trojans push? Yes, they will. And Topinski has the ball deflected away from behind by Connor Holloway with a diving play. Great effort there from Holloway to knock it away from Topinski. And Topinski's going to head to the bench. And I bet Freeport was probably happy to see him go there, except Andrew Ammerman is back on the court, a player just as big and as tough to defend. A 3-pointer from Rotman misses, but Ammerman's right there for the rebound, but he misses his layup. Jackson gets it, kicks it out to DiGregorio. His shot is way off. And again, Ammerman almost gets it. He was laying prone on the ground, reaching for it with one hand, couldn't quite get it. And on the other end of the court, Ben Lane for Freeport takes it himself, goes through the whole Trojan team, and gets a layup to put Freeport up by 1. Gregor throws it into Ammerman. Ammerman back to Max Rotman. Max Rotman with a 3. That's nothing but net. Rotman's 3 puts North Catholic up 17-15. That's their first three-pointer of the game. Lane tries to do it all himself again. It doesn't work. Ammerman gets it. DiGregorio stops, takes a look, gives it to Rotman, who swings it to Gregor, whose 3 is not in. It went in and out. Jackson almost with a great save. Throws it behind his back, but unfortunately to a Yellow Jacket player. Vinnie Clark jives in. His floater as he fell away from the basket was short. Now Jackson with a lead pass, and he misses a layup. It's rapid up and down action here. And unfortunately, teams are missing shots, though. And there's another missed three-pointer from Connor Holloway. Jackson will slow the pace this time. He's got a driving lane with his right hand. He moves easily past his defender, and the layup is going to be taken away by a off-the-ball foul. But that does mean that Jackson's going to be shooting some free throws. And North Catholic is up 17-15. And if you're looking out there in the court right now, we've got 3 Freeport players with their hands on their hips bent over, and we have not even played 8 minutes of basketball. That's the kind of thing that the pace that North Catholic plays at will do to you. North Catholic has already played 9 players in this basketball game. Freeport maybe 7 or 8. We'll see if that fatigue factor is going to be come into play as North Catholic gets the missed free throw. There's a missed three-pointer by Andrew Madelon, but Andrew Ammerman cleans up the offensive rebound, and he scores 19-15. North Catholic is really dominating inside right now in this game. Ben Lane drives down the court, takes a wild shot really with his left hand. He misses, and Andrew Madelon with under 3 seconds left is fouled, and he's going to get a chance to shoot some free throws with no time left on the clock here in the first quarter. That was a silly foul there from Freeport, and they've committed 9 fouls in the first quarter. So North Catholic almost in the double bonus at the end of the first quarter. We'll see if Madelon can push the North Catholic lead to 6. And in fact, he misses the first one, and since it was a 1-and-1 situation, he will not get a second free throw. So at the end of the first quarter, it is North Catholic 19, Freeport 15. Freeport actually led 8-2 early on, but North Catholic has since come on strong and taken a 19-15 lead. Let's recap the scoring for you here. Andrew Ammerman leads all scorers with 8 points. Owen DiGregorio has 3 points, all at the free throw line. The only three-pointer for North Catholic in that first quarter was Max Rotman's. And Kyle Topinski off the bench did some dirty work on the inside and came away with 5 points. For Freeport, they've had 6 different players score a basket, but nobody has made more than 1 field goal for them. Vinnie Clark, Connor Holloway, and Cole Charlton each have a three-pointer, while Parker Lucas, Ben Lane, and Colin Gaspersik each have a 2-point field goal. And that's where our 19-15 score comes from. There were no jump balls in that first half. North Catholic won the tip. In the first quarter, North Catholic won the tip. That means that Freeport's Ben Lane will inbound it to start the second quarter. Kioski gives it to Lane. Lane has been driving into the lane with ease, but he has missed a few layups recently. Now Clark is guarded by Madelon, gives it to Lane, and Madelon's out on him. Lane with a spin move, throws it up with his right hand and in. An impressive move there from Ben Lane. He becomes the first Freeport player with 2 field goals. He has 4 points, and he cuts the North Catholic lead to 2. Jackson being guarded by Gaspersik. He's going to throw it into Ammerman. Ammerman that looked like a double team, but the double team then went away, and Ammerman saying that he was dribbling the ball, but he was called for a travel, and that's a turnover for North Catholic. And after 38 seconds, we already have a sub here for North Catholic. Topinski and I think Rotman came into the game for DiGregorio and Madelon. And there we go, North Catholic just moving players in and out so they can keep playing this pressure defense. And here it is on evidence right now. Jackson making it hard for Kioski to get the ball up the court. but Vinny Lane's going to work against Rotman. Jackson with a great double team, and Freeport is able to get it away, though. Gaspersik will throw it to Lane. Lane, a three-pointer, and that was really altered by Andrew Ammerman. Ammerman grabs the rebound, tries to go all the way himself, and the ball is poked away from behind. And from the bench, Coach DiGregorio is saying maybe move that ball to a guard there, but not a turnover, so North Catholic can maybe score here. Jackson throws it to Hurry in the corner. Hurry drives in. He's got a wide open layup. It's up and in. Max Hurry with his first 2 points of the game, stretching the North Catholic lead back to 4. Kioski in the corner. That was to Holloway, and Holloway hits his second 3 of the game. Jackson now across to Hurry. Hurry drives in again, kicks out to Rotman. Rotman into Ammerman. He's got a small player on him. He backs him down, throws it up off the glass and in, and you could hear the smack on Ammerman's arm all the way up here in our crow's nest. 2 points for Ammerman and a chance for the old-fashioned 3-point play with a free throw coming up. Ammerman's free throw is good. Ammerman has hit all of his free throws tonight. At times, that was a problem for him last year, so it's good to see him off to a good start with his free throws now. Freeport succumbs to the North Catholic pressure again. Clark motioning to his teammates, saying, come further up the court. I can't throw a pass that long because North Catholic's gonna grab it. And that time he tried, Clark tried to keep it away from the Trojans, but he threw it too close to the sideline, and it went out of bounds. 24-20, North Catholic. Their pace and their defense, I think, is starting to get to Freeport as Matt Gregor sees a lane wide open. He drives in, but he misses the layup. Clark to Ben Lane. Ben Lane has the ball stolen from him by Topinski. Topinski throws it to Hurry. What a play by Hurry and Topinski. Topinski was falling out of bounds. He jumped in the air, threw it while he was midair to an open area of the court, where Max Hurry sprinted to the ball and almost was able to lay it up, but Freeport poked the ball out of bounds. Jackson fakes the pass, throws a long pass to Gregor, and Jackson with a 3. It's long, and it misses. But Jackson stays down on that end on defense. Clark trying to dribble it up on Jackson. Jackson is an excellent on-ball defender. He pestered Lincoln Park's best player all game last year in the WPIAL Championship and was a big reason his defense was why the Trojans won the game. North Catholic really pestering Freeport here. You can tell they have a good defensive possession. The bench for North Catholic, everyone is clapping, cheering their teammates on. They love it when they turn away multiple drives because that's often going to lead to a turnover. And there that turnover is. Max Rotman gets it, dribbles behind his back, goes all the way in himself, lays it up and lays it in. Wow, what a defensive possession from North Catholic, stymieing every drive from Freeport, leading to a turnover, and Max Rotman with a great finish through contact at the end. It is 26-20, North Catholic, 5:20 left in the second quarter. Rotman, a right-handed shooter, as opposed to his brother Hans, who is left-handed and graduated and played on last year's WPIAL Championship winning team. Max Rotman's right-handed free throw goes up and in. Jackson, with that full court pressure defense, forces Clark to maybe cut too quickly up the sideline. Clark slips, he falls, he steps on the sideline, and Freeport's going to call a timeout as maybe their coach sees the game slipping away from them a little bit here. North Catholic has stretched its lead to 27-20. It was a 4-point lead at the end of the first quarter. Now it's a 7-point lead. At one point, Freeport was up 8-2 as they hit some early on three-pointers. But North Catholic has really come on strong since. North Catholic has done it inside. Andrew Ammerman with 11 points. Kyle Topinski with 5 points. So both of North Catholic's inside players combining for 16 points. Freeport, on the other hand, has 4 3-pointers to North Catholic's 1, so they've been surviving with the 3-pointer to keep them close in this game. So I've mentioned a couple times that the North Catholic Trojans are coming off a 2020 WPIAL Class 3 championship. It was a really exciting game. They finally beat Lincoln Park, who they had lost to the year before. But there were a bevy of excellent seniors on that team that have graduated, including Isaac DiGregorio, Jackson Pascal, Ryan Fezco, Jake Tomer, Hans Rotman, and Anthony Serventi, several of whom are actually in attendance tonight in the sparse crowd that is allowed in the stands. But it's up to the players who are on the team this year to replace a lot of the scoring from that team, especially Isaac DiGregorio. Obviously, his dad, Dave DiGregorio, is the coach, so I feel like Isaac has learned this system his entire life. And if you watched Isaac play last year, he was just a master of this offense. He knew exactly where people would be. He could throw no-look passes to any point on the court and just know based on the system that someone would be there. It's hard to replace somebody like that. But this North Catholic team tonight has a lot of excellent guards, including Isaiah Jackson, who played such a great he started on last year's team, and he played a big role in that championship. And then just on the court right now, you've got Max Rotman and Andrew Madelon. That's Max Hurry. Andrew Madelon has had some time in this game. His older brother, Connor Madelon, is probably going to be rejoining the team next week. So that'll be another player in the North Catholic stable that they can trot out and just make the games even faster and make it even harder on the other teams. And after a delay there, we have started back up. The delay was the Freeport timeout. Gregor is stopped, but he gives it to Topinski, and Topinski is going to travel. North Catholic now is in the double bonus with 5:07 left in the second quarter. Lane gives it to Clark. Clark drives up on Rotman this time and does cross midcourt. He tries to go in. Rotman stymies him once, and this time Clark drives past Rotman, and Rotman perhaps reaches in or bumps him, and Clark is able to put it up and in with his right hand. Nice drive there by Clark. Clark's second basket of the game. His first one was a three, so he has 5 points. He now looks for 6 points at the free throw line, but his shot misses, and it's rebounded by Topinski. Rotman throws a pass up the left side to Jackson, who quickly passes it back to Rotman. He drives in, kicks to Matt Gregor in the corner. Gregor's three is good. Matt Gregor with a three-pointer, and Jackson steals the inbounds pass, tries to bank it off one of the Freeport players, and the ball does eventually end up back in Jackson's hands. Jackson has been a terror defensively tonight. Gregor tries another three. He misses, and the ball is in Freeport's possession, heading down to the other end of the court. And we've got another North Catholic substitution. 3 players go on, and 3 players go off, and 3 fresh players come on the court, looking to, as always, press that pace. Madelon trying to get a full court press going, as is Gregor on Lane. But Lane is able to work it up the court, but now he's stopped. He doesn't have anyone to pass to, and he finally gives it to Clark. Clark is working on Hurry. He wants to drive right. Hurry stops him. He throws it inside, where that's Parker Lucas, who had 2 fouls early on and had to leave the game. He was well defended by Andrew Madelon. And then it looks like North Catholic could not secure the rebound, and the ball went out of bounds. So Freeport will get another chance here at cutting into the 30-22 North Catholic lead. It's thrown in long, but Clark is able to secure it. Clark to Charlton and back to Clark. Clark to Charlton again. He's guarded by Ammerman. He's going to try to drive in with his right hand. He tries to go up and through Ammerman, and they're going to say that Ammerman got him on the arm while he was shooting. So Cole Charlton will go to the free throw line and put 2 fouls on Andrew Ammerman. Charlton's first misses. Freeport has not made a free throw tonight. And that is still the case, as Charlton misses both of them. On the other side, North Catholic has shot the ball very well from the free throw line and gotten there a lot. Madelon dumps it off to Ammerman, and Ammerman lays it up and lays it in. I'm not sure if Madelon was planning on passing there. It looked like he wanted to shoot it, but he got too far under the basket. But Ammerman was right there for him to dump it off to. Meanwhile, a loose ball foul on North Catholic. Still only their 6th foul still here in the first half. That means that Freeport will not be shooting the 1-and-1 until the next foul committed by North Catholic. Lane to inbound. Throws it back to Vinnie Clark. And immediately he's pressured full court. He's going to be double teamed. He splits the double team. He's driving on Gregor now. He's going to try to go all the way, and Gregor is going to bump in from behind. The foul is on the court, but it is the 7th foul on North Catholic, and that will send Vinnie Clark to the free throw line. Vinnie Clark has played this entire first half. You can see his hands on his hips, and he's breathing hard out there. He's really been, maybe along with Lane, the most impressive of the Freeport ball handlers. His front end of the 1-and-1 is good, and so he earns another free throw. I'm going to be interested to see in the second half if Clark can keep up that pace and handle most of the ball handling duties himself in terms of bringing the ball up the court. And he has sometimes struggled with that, especially if he was guarded by Isaiah Jackson. Well, that'll be something to keep track of as the game goes along. Max Hurry throws it to Owen DiGregorio, who throws a crisp chest pass across the court. Andrew Madelon wanted Matt Gregor to go to the corner. Gregor was not that far down, and the ball sails out of bounds. Gregor is going to try to force Lane to inbound it in the corner, but he just throws it up and over to Clark. Clark drives in. His shot altered a little bit by Ammerman, and it misses. But a nice fight for the rebound by Gaspersic. Gaspersic to Clark. Clark's going to get in the lane again. Hurry tried to close him out at the three-point line. Clark saw that Hurry was committed to doing that and was able to drive by him. And Hurry committed the foul, which will send Clark back to the free throw line. I did not see what the ref signaled, whether he's going to have 1 or 2 shots. Watch the players on the interior here. They are boxing out, so it looked like a 1-and-1. But it doesn't really matter since Clark made the first. He is Freeport's leading scorer on the night with 8. 3:07 left in the second quarter. North Catholic's 7-point lead remains 7 as Clark misses the free throw. Jackson to Rotman. Rotman throws it to Ammerman. Ammerman did a nice job running the court there. He grabbed the rebound, sprinted to the other side of the court, posted up, and a great feed from his North Catholic teammates, and Freeport is forced to commit a foul. The ball had rolled to the far right corner of the gym where North Catholic photographer Mac Kirish picked it up, gave it back to the ref. Ammerman's first free throw glances off of the front of the rim, kisses the back of the rim, and falls through. Ammerman has 14 points so far in the game. A good first half total. If he keeps this up, Ammerman has a chance to score 30 points tonight, as his second free throw is good. And he'll especially have a chance to score 30 points if he keeps shooting free throws this well. Great job by Ammerman so far tonight at the free throw line. And they're kind of a silly foul by North Catholic's Max Rotman. He was really going for the ball aggressively, but Clark got there well before him. And Rotman's foul is going to give, again, Freeport an easy chance to score some points here and to cut into North Catholic's 9-point, 34-25 lead. Clark's first is good. Clark has 9 points for the Yellow Jackets. Each of his last 4 points have come at the free throw line. His second is long. Ammerman sprints to the corner with the rebound. Freeport pressured. That might give North Catholic numbers on the other end. Jackson to Gregor in the corner. It was blocked. Topinski fought for the blocked shot rebound but didn't get it. Freeport's going to try to sprint down on the other end itself. Clark stops, shoots a free. It doesn't go. Jackson gets the rebound. throws it to Topinski. Topinski looks like he's going to try a three. Instead, he throws it to Rotman in the other corner, and Rotman's three is nothing but net. Max Rotman, his second three of the game. He has 9 points. And now North Catholic, for the first time, has a double-digit lead, 37-26. We mentioned at the top that North Catholic averages 71 points per game, and they're already at more than half that total. So the North Catholic offense really clicking tonight. A three-point try is halfway down, but then goes back out. That was from Cole Charlton, who has one on the game so far. Kyle Topinski steps back, throws up a three off the far side of the rim, bounces twice, doesn't go in, but Matt Greger, the smallest player in the court, is able to get it. Jackson to Topinski, he fakes a three, he goes in, he has an easy layup, that layup is good, and there's a foul. Kyle Topinski with a chance for a three-point play. So after last year's AAA championship win, North Catholic is now in 4A. They have moved up to a new section this year. Freeport, one of the teams in that section. Topinski's attempt there at the and one free throw. He threw it up. He knew that he missed it, and so he sprinted immediately and was called for a lane violation. Admirable initiative there to try to get the rebound by Topinski, but he left too early. Vinnie Clark works on Jackson, sprints up the court with his right-handed dribbles, goes around Ammerman to the opposite side of the basket and lays it in. Nice play by Clark. He has 11 points. Topinski to Owen DiGregorio in the corner. Owen's three is a little short. The rebound skitters around and is picked up by Clark. Clark brings it up slowly, just over a minute left to play in the first half. Clark now working on Madelon, throws it to the corner, gets it back. Clark still working on Madelon, tries to get Madelon in the air, doesn't work. DiGregorio fighting for the ball. Now Ben Lane against Kyle Topinski. Lane does a crossover to his left and tries a fadeaway shot. That was a tough shot by Lane, good defense by Topinski. And a strong rebound by Jackson. Isaiah Jackson goes up the court. What a crossover and a kick out to Owen DiGregorio. Owen's three hits off the back of the rim. And a Freeport player grabs the rebound. Clark again works the ball up the court. He's really done the majority of the point guarding for Freeport tonight. He's done a lot of work. You see him there with his hands on his hips again. North Catholic will really tire you out. As on the other side of the court, Isaiah Jackson tries for another steal. And the North Catholic bench is clapping. They love the defense again, although Freeport looks like they're holding for the last shot. And that shot could be coming from Clark. There's 2 seconds left. It's going to be a three-pointer. Topinski with a great challenge. It doesn't work. Freeport put the ball in, but the refs are going to wave that off, I believe. And North Catholic will take an 11-point, 39-28 lead into the second half. North Catholic outscored Freeport 20-13 in that second quarter for that 39-28 lead. Here's how those 39 points came for North Catholic. Andrew Ammerman had 15. Owen DiGregorio had 3. Matt Greger hit a three-pointer and also had 3 points. Max Rotman has 9 points with 2 three-pointers. Kyle Topinski has 7, and Max Hurry has 2. For Freeport, their 28 points came this way. Vinnie Clark with 11. Connor Holloway with 2 threes and 6 points. Cole Charlton has 1 three-pointer and 3 points. Parker Lucas has 2, Ben Lane has 4, and Colin Gaspersik also has 2. So we go into the half with North Catholic leading 39-28. And we'll be back in just under 10 minutes to bring you the second half here on the NCSN Game of the Week. We welcome you back to Barth and Graham Court as we get ready for the second half. North Catholic will start with the ball to begin play. And we had to hesitate there for a little bit because the possession arrows, the lighted possession arrows at the scorer's table in the gym are not working. So we have a paper possession arrow that is moved from side to side, and it is facing to my right and your right hand of the screen, which is the direction that North Catholic will be heading because they went to the left in the first half. So very shortly here, the second half will begin, and North Catholic will try to carry that 11-point lead all the way to the end of the game and go away with a 3-0 section record after a victory tonight. In that first half, I talked about embrace the pace at the beginning of the game, and that was certainly the case in the first half. North Catholic played 9 players, and they pressured Freeport all over the court, and despite an early 6-point lead from Freeport, North Catholic cut into that, forced more and more turnovers as the game went on, and now the Trojans are up by 11. In the past, North Catholic has really been a great three-point shooting team, but Freeport actually had more three-pointers than North Catholic, 4 for the Yellow Jackets, 3 for the Trojans in that first half. So why is North Catholic winning? It's because they've been dominant inside. The combination of Andrew Ammerman and Kyle Topinski has 22 points. And Ammerman goes right to work in the first play of the second half. He's fouled by Cole Charlton, and that doesn't matter. Ammerman does a left-handed bank shot, and Ammerman picks up in the second half right where he left off in the first half, dominating down low. Ammerman now getting close to the 20-point mark on the night. He has 17. Ammerman's free throw is good. And here we go. I'm sure Freeport is not happy to see this. North Catholic with a full court press to start. And Clark has got to try to break the press himself. He does, and he throws the ball across the court to Kioski. Kioski tries a 3, and he misses it. Gregor trying to sprint up the court himself, but he is tied up by Connor Holloway. And that, of course, because North Catholic started the half with the ball, will end up with Freeport possessing the ball. And that's Mr. Ammerman down at the score table. Andrew's father getting ready to switch that paper arrow from the left to the right, and he does it. North Catholic will have the next jump ball, and it could happen soon if there's a fight for the ball on the ground, but there's not. Jackson picks it up off a steal. He fends off Connor Holloway with his body and rolls it in with his left hand. Isaiah Jackson, his first points tonight for the North Catholic point guard, and they come fittingly off a steal. Don't think that Jackson hasn't had an impact on this game because he hasn't scored any points. Jackson is an excellent defensive player and a great distributor of the ball, but maybe not a great free throw shooter as he misses that. And Holloway, who just committed the foul on Jackson, is quickly double teamed. It doesn't have anybody to give it to and just throws it out of bounds. Freeport has really got to perhaps get more players in the back on their half of the court when they're bringing the ball up. They've got to help their guards against this stifling North Catholic press. Max Rotman drives in, and he lays it in. And North Catholic has been getting to the basket with ease here at the start of the second half, and they run their lead to 18 points, a game high. Clark tries to go through the entire North Catholic team, and he's fouled on the ground. Vinnie Clark for Freeport is a very impressive player, a good ball handler. Often he's been working against 2 North Catholic defenders tonight, trying to bring the ball up the court. He leads his team with 11 points, but he's going to need a lot of help from his teammates tonight. Let's see if Kioski can give that to him. Kioski's working against Ammerman, drives in right-handed, tries to go to the other side of the basket, and Ammerman can't block it. Kioski with a nice move, his first 2 points of the game. North Catholic gets it down quickly. Ammerman throws it out to Jackson. Jackson with a 3. It's just a bit long. Hits the back of the rim, off then the inside front of the rim, and rolls out. And Jackson almost gets a steal, but Kioski gets it and misses a 3. It's short. Jackson now on the fast break. throws a layup up, it misses, but Owen DiGregorio follows quickly behind, and he banks it in. And North Catholic is playing at a furious pace here to start the second half. Freeport can barely get the ball in, and their coach senses that and calls a timeout. North Catholic actually outnumbered Freeport on that side of the court. There was 3 North Catholic players down there, 1 Freeport player inbounding the ball to 2 other players, and he couldn't get it in. He didn't want to throw a long pass. North Catholic has Ammerman back there as kind of a center fielder who might have been able to track it down. North Catholic's press really given Freeport's problems here at the start of the second half. They've stretched what was a 11-point halftime lead all the way to 18 points already. It was 39-28 at the half and is now 48-30. North Catholic again with the full court press. Owen DiGregorio throws it across to Gaspersic. Gaspersic to Holloway. And Holloway is, I think, going to be fouled by the trailing North Catholic defender. That's Owen DiGregorio. So it's 6:08 left to play in the third period. I guess they're quarters in basketball. The Penguins are playing tonight. They're down 3-2 to the Flyers after 2 periods. So 2 minutes here into the third quarter. Ammerman gets on the court, dives on the ball, calls a timeout, and is granted that timeout. Great hustle play by Ammerman. And if you've watched North Catholic for the past 3 years under Coach DiGregorio, that type of hustle is really evident every time out. It doesn't matter if they're up by 20, if it's a close game, or if they're down by a lot. North Catholic is almost always going to be the first team on the floor, and the other team really has to match that intensity if they have any hope of competing with North Catholic. And Freeport to come out here in the second half looks a little slow, a little stunned, as North Catholic has actually upped their intensity and upped their pressure here in the second half. Freeport looks like they're going to apply a little pressure on the inbounds, perhaps, but they do mostly back off, and Lane allows Rotman unimpeded access across half court. Rotman to Jackson. Jackson to Gregor. Skip pass to DiGregorio in the corner to Rotman. Rotman with a 3. That's his third 3 of the game. He has 14 points. Great ball movement from North Catholic. Rotman passed it, sprinted across the lane to the far corner, and was there for the open 3. And then he played good defense on the other end, forcing Lane into a tough shot. Rotman now gets a pick from Ammerman, and he throws it to the corner to Jackson. Jackson fakes, drives baseline, has the ball poked away, but it's poked back to North Catholic. Rotman looked for a pass reaching around his defender across to Ammerman. That might have been a dunk for Ammerman, as there was no one close by, and that would have really delighted the crowd on hand. But it went off the Freeport player out of bounds, and Ammerman and Rotman will go to the bench. Jackson to inbound. He throws it to Madelon. Madelon to Hurry. Hurry back to Madelon, and back to Hurry. Topinski with it now. Topinski drives in one-on-one. He's bigger than his defender. He bullies him into the basket, and Topinski with another layup. Topinski has 9 points tonight. He's been a very positive force off the bench. Ben Lane with a free throw line jumper that misses. Andrew Madelon with the rebound. He pushes it up to Topinski. Topinski's going to drive in. He's going to get fouled. And it just rolls off the rim. Kyle Topinski, Andrew Ammerman, dominant forces down low for North Catholic. And now Max Rotman has started to heat up from outside. He has 14 points and 3 3-pointers. Topinski's first free throw is good. He's got 10 points now. On the last possession, Freeport's Lane took a free throw line jump shot. Another thing you'll notice if you've watched a lot of North Catholic basketball, you'll probably be able to count on one hand the number of times this season that North Catholic takes a free throw line jump shot, as Ben Lane is forced into a travel. Coach DiGregorio's system involves a lot of drives into the lane, get to the basket, lay it in if you can, or maybe dump it off to Ammerman. If not, kick it out for a three. Under no condition are you to take a mid-range jump shot. If you watch for that this year, North Catholic will take layups and threes and nothing else, and it's a system that works to perfection. Madelon drives in, tries a layup, it misses. He dives on the court for the rebound, doesn't get it. Freeport maybe has numbers here, but Madelon gets back and actually takes away the pass from Lane. Gaspersik to Clark, in the corner to Holloway. Holloway with his third three of the night, 9 points. He's got 1 3 in each quarter. Matt Greger with a three, a little bit short. Topinski fighting for the rebound, commits an over-the-back foul. Kyle Topinski perhaps a little bit overzealous. If you've been with us for most of the year at the NCSN, Kyle Topinski, the running back for the Trojans football team that had a great performance this year, undefeated in the regular season before falling to Elizabeth Forward in the WPIAL semifinals. Unfortunately, those games were taken by Trib Live, and we couldn't do those games on the NC Sports Network. Although if you listened, you did get to hear former Pirates announcer Lanny Fratteri do that semifinal game, which was probably a treat if you were listening to Trib Live at that point. But it's basketball season now, and North Catholic, the boys basketball team, just like the football team, is quite good. And they've got a 22-point lead here on Freeport, who in this new section that North Catholic is in, was considered maybe one of the teams that is going to push the Trojans this year. Jackson throws it into Topinski, and that's an assist for Jackson, and Topinski now has 13 points. Andrew Madelon, however, is going to foul Vinnie Clark in the backcourt. North Catholic picking up fouls at a slightly faster rate here in the second half as compared to the first half. They already have 4, and we're still in the third quarter. 3:34 left to play. But North Catholic is up by 24 now. The other teams in their section are Deer Lakes, which is 1-0. Knock, which is 1-1. Keystone Oaks, Burrell, and Derry area are all 0-1. And of course, Freeport is playing their first game here tonight. Gaspersik tries an entry pass to Parker Lucas. It goes awry, and the Trojans get the ball. Tommy Melenda, seeing his first action of the second half, will inbound the ball all the way across midcourt to Andrew Madelon, who gives it to Topinski. He was wide open, but he missed the rebound. He missed the shot, got his own rebound, gave it to Andrew Madelon. Madelon's three was long. Ben Lane, sprinting up the court, goes through a wall of Trojans, throws up a left-handed layup, misses, but Parker Lucas is there for the rebound. Rotman throws it to Max Hurry. Hurry, bounce pass to Rotman, and Rotman with a mid-range shot, and I said you might be able to count those on one hand this year. We'll see if I'm right. That was, I think, the first one that I've noticed today. Ben Lane, a three for Freeport. It's long. It misses everything. But Parker Lucas, with his second consecutive good hustle play, he got an offensive rebound on Freeport's last possession that he put in. There, as he was leaping out of bounds, he grabbed the ball and threw it off the shoe of a North Catholic defender to earn Freeport another possession. Now Lucas is inside. He was looking for the three-point play. He didn't get it, but he is going to the free throw line. And before Lucas shoots, we're going to have a timeout. I think this was by North Catholic, as the Trojans lead 57-35. Coach DiGregorio, maybe he's something he didn't like in those defensive possessions or on the offensive possession. Who knows? Maybe he's just giving his players a break, as North Catholic's teams, they play so fast, does North Catholic. They really are a treat to watch. Coach DiGregorio has taken this system to several different teams. I know that he's coached at Pine Richland, and I remember him well at North Allegheny. I'm a teacher here at North Catholic, but before I taught at North Catholic, I went to Hampton High School and I was a substitute teacher there for a year, and actually did a little bit of announcing there for them when they had the great Luther twin combination. And those Luther twins always ran into Coach DiGregorio's North Allegheny team, and that team was always getting to the WPIAL semifinals, and sometimes even to the WPIAL finals. And of course, once he's got to North Catholic, Coach DiGregorio has taken North Catholic to the title game in AAA each of his first 2 years, both times against Lincoln Park, losing the first year, winning the second year. We'll see what is in store for North Catholic this year. They have moved up, but Lincoln Park has also moved up with them as Parker Lucas misses his first free throw. Lincoln Park's section, just reading these names, this section, like all 8 of these teams in this section are good basketball teams based on my knowledge of the WPIAL. And I'll read you Lincoln Park's section next time we get a break. Back at the game, Max Rotman with a nice assist, and that's another basket for Tyle Topinski. He's got 15 now. He's inching up on Ammerman as the game's leading scorer. But in order to be the game's leading scorer, he's going to have to stay in the game, and it looked like there, yes he did, Topinski picked up his 3rd foul, and perhaps he's going to be headed to the bench as Ammerman makes his way to the scorer's table, along with Owen DiGregorio. Lane's free throw is good. North Catholic now leads 59-36. .222 left in the third quarter. Lane hits his second free throw. North Catholic up by 22. Rotman throws it across to DiGregorio. Freeport, perhaps sensing one last chance to get back in the game, instituted the press, but the Trojans beat it easily. Melenda feeds it to Ammerman, and the only thing the defender could do there was try to draw a charge and flop to the court. It didn't work. Ammerman tries to get a block on the other end, but he got Lucas with the body, and Lucas is heading back to the free throw line. Ammerman now has 19 points, but he also picked up his 3rd foul. So both of North Catholic's main big men, Ammerman and Topinski, have 3 fouls. If Freeport makes a run, that could be important, as Lucas makes his first free throw. .23-point lead for North Catholic. Parker Lucas, who scored maybe 10 seconds into the game and then didn't get any points here until the second half, has 3 points this quarter. Ammerman now fakes a mid-range shot, goes to the basket, looked like he wanted to dunk it, but didn't quite have it in him to dunk it there, but he does lay it in. Ammerman with 21, and again Ammerman's on the floor trying to dive after a loose ball. Always great effort from the North Catholic team. Isaiah Jackson will check back in for Max Rotman. So the 5 in the court for North Catholic are Ammerman, DiGregorio, Melenda, Hurry, and Jackson. And in the near corner, that's going to be Cole Charlton with a 3-pointer, his 2nd of the game. Melenda to Hurry. Hurry lobs it in to Ammerman. Ammerman's got 4 players down there around him, and none of them can get the ball away. Ammerman's just too big, too strong, and he lays it in. He's got 23 now. A long 3-pointer from Holloway of Freeport. That misses. Jackson now slows things up, fakes a pass, gives it to Ammerman. Ammerman, a mid-range jump shot, and it's good. And as soon as I said that North Catholic doesn't take mid-range shots, they've taken 2 of them and made 1, and that was Ammerman's there. Clark trying to drive in on Jackson. Jackson's going to get called for a block, and that's going to put Freeport in the bonus. 1-1 now. Clark's got to make this first one to even have an attempt at the second free throw. North Catholic, though, has pushed its lead to 26 now. They led by 4 at the end of the first, 11 at halftime, and now in the third quarter they have really poured it on. They're up by 25. Ammerman heads to the bench with those 25 points. Under a minute left in the third quarter. Topinski's back on for him. And Clark has missed the free throw. Max Hurry, a freshman playing here for North Catholic, getting varsity time, hits a three. Ben Lane double teamed, gets it away, and his teammate struggling to get the ball, and eventually he's able to come up with a loose ball, throw it into Connor Holloway, who gets over 10 points on the night. He has 11 now. Jackson, a long pass down to Melenda. Melenda to DiGregorio. DiGregorio a three, and it's good. 2 threes in a row for North Catholic. DiGregorio has 8 points on the night. So even though Freeport has scored, it seems, several possessions in a row, they can't get any closer. And Ben Lane gets another basket for Freeport. They have 8 points. 5 seconds left. Jackson to Melenda to Hurry. Hurry gets it off in time, but it's long. And the third quarter ends with North Catholic leading 73-46. Freeport had 18 points that quarter, and North Catholic had 34 points in that quarter. They outscored Freeport by 16 to push an 11-point lead to a 27-point lead. North Catholic again, 73-36, a 27-point lead at the end of 3. Here's how those 73 points have come for North Catholic. Andrew Ammerman leading all scorers with 25. Owen DiGregorio has 8. Matt Greger has 3. Isaiah Jackson has 2. Max Rotman has 14. Kyle Topinski has 15. He and Ammerman combined have 40 points. They've been dominant forces in the paint. Max Hurry has 5 points. For Freeport, Vinnie Clark still leads the way with 12. He only had 1 point in that quarter. Connor Holloway has 11. Cole Charlton has 6. Parker Lucas has 5. Jason Kioski has 2. Ben Lane has 8. And Colin Gaspersik has 2. North Catholic up again, 73-46. They've already exceeded their points per game average of 71, and it doesn't look like Freeport will get to a 64-point total, and that's the amount that North Catholic has allowed on defense. But some of that probably comes from their first game, where they lost, I think, 80-74 to Sacred Heart. North Catholic's defense, they might give up a lot of points, but partly that's because they play so fast. Their defense is also a big reason why their team is good. They force the other team into a lot of turnovers, and they really wear you down with their pressure defense, and then they throw 9 players at you and do a really good job in that sense. Hurry throws it across to DiGregorio. DiGregorio gets it. Back to Hurry. Ammerman. Skip past to DiGregorio. DiGregorio a 3. Nothing but net for Owen DiGregorio. DiGregorio's second 3 of the game. He's over 10 points now with 11. A missed free from Freeport. An air ball is rebounded by Hurry. Hurry tries to push the ball, but Clark for Freeport gets a hand on it. Deflects it out of bounds. North Catholic has the ball. North Catholic has pushed that lead to 30, which means we are in a running clock situation. You will notice that the clock will not stop for anything other than free throws. North Catholic commits some sort of violation there to turn the ball over, and notice that the clock is still ticking. We're under 7 minutes now, so this fourth quarter will probably go by pretty quickly as North Catholic has really put a beating here on Freeport in the second half. They've dominated with their speed and their size. Gaspersik struggling to keep the ball, but Owen DiGregorio took his eye off his man, and a nice backdoor cut from Connor Holloway. Holloway has 13 points for the Yellow Jackets. Jackson easily breaks the press. Topinski to Hurry. Hurry, one touch pack to DiGregorio. Could he make it 3 in a row? He can't. Rims in and out, but Ammerman gets the rebound. Hurry now to Ammerman. Ammerman tries to go to work, but can't get in closer. Max Hurry with a 3, and that 3 is good. The first half, North Catholic did it with a lot of inside work. They've certainly been good inside here in the second half, but they've also had a lot of threes here in the second half. In the first half, North Catholic had only 2 3-pointers. Here in the second half, they've combined for 6. Freeport had 4 threes in the first half, but only 2 in the second half. Perhaps Freeport, if you're a 3-point shooter, tired legs can make it hard to shoot threes, so Freeport may be struggling there. North Catholic now up by 31 points with Ben Lane on the free throw line, and they're going to send in some players who played earlier in the JV game. That's going to be Ben Tomer, Seamus Straub, and Tommy Burke. North Catholic turns it over, but Tommy Burke sprints from behind, knocks the ball out of bounds, and keeps Holloway from perhaps attempting a layup. So that might be it for many of North Catholic's starters. If it is, a great game tonight from Andrew Ammerman. Freeport had no answer for his size. The 6'7" Ammerman had 25 points. Topinski, also playing down low, had 15 points. As Connor Holloway hits a 3, and he's now Freeport's leading scorer with 16. Madelon gets a tipped ball, throws it to Burke in the corner. Burke's 3 is short. Kioski is going to work on Burke. Burke getting low in his defensive stance, trying to get the ball away. Now it's Clark. Clark splits between Burke and Madelon, and then Melenda gets in there, dives in the court, but Clark gets it back. Now Lucas. Lucas elevates, throws it up, and in off the glass over Melenda. Lucas has 7 points. Burke fakes a 3, throws it into Ben Tomer. Tomer out to Andrew Madelon. Madelon's 3 is a little bit off. It hit the side of the rim, and Straub and a Freeport player is Clark fight for the rebound, and it is tipped out of bounds by Clark, and North Catholic has the ball. Running clock still, 36-point lead for North Catholic. 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Madelon to Burke in the corner. Burke tosses it into Ben Tomer. Tomer to Melenda. Melenda's 3 misses. And Parker Lucas just sprints down the court. And following behind is Connor Holloway. Holloway with a nice layup. And a timeout there. I could not tell which team. And the North Catholic lead is 24 points. I think I said it was over 30 a moment ago, but perhaps I did the math wrong. It is only a 24-point lead, but I think the mercy rule was still going, because once you hit that 30-point mark, even if the lead goes below 30 points, the clock still continues to run. So joining Ammerman and Topinski in double figures are Owen DiGregorio, who has 11 points, 8 of which came in the second half. And also Max Rotman, who has 14 points. For Freeport, they have 2 players right now in double figures, Vinnie Clark with 12 and Connor Holloway with 18. Holloway has 12 points here in the second half. Madelon to Ben Tomer. Tomer was wide open down low, and Tomer's going to lay it up and lay it in. Ben Tomer gets 2 points from off the bench. And North Catholic now leads by 26. Clark looked for someone to roll to the basket. It didn't work. Melenda throws a long pass for Seamus Straub. Straub will throw it into Tomer. Tomer is double and triple teamed, and Vinnie Clark rips it away from Tomer. Clark now going in against Melenda and Burke. And there's going to be a charge drawn by Tommy Melenda. Melenda saw Vinnie Clark sprinting full speed down the court. He didn't flinch at all. He stood there and he took the charge. And perhaps again I was wrong. Now that the lead is under 30, perhaps we are not at a running clock anymore. 3:07 left. The clock has stopped again. North Catholic is up 81-55. Freeport inbounds the ball to Parker Lucas. Lucas, a spin move and a fadeaway. He's fouled. Lucas will now head to the free throw line. That was the 10th foul on North Catholic, so Lucas will shoot 2. Freeport is in the double bonus. Lucas's first is long, a miss. North Catholic is going to move to 4-1 on the season and 3-0 on the section. As Lucas again is long and misses. Melenda with the rebound. Seamus Straub gives it back to Melenda. Madelon with a fake. He played through some contact, but it was clean, and Madelon misses the layup. Freeport pushes the ball up. Holloway tries a 3. He misses. Andrew Madelon with the rebound. Tommy Melenda will bring the ball up the court. Madelon to Straub. Straub's got an open lane to the basket. A left-handed layup misses. And Owen DiGregorio was ready to jump up off the bench, celebrate his teammates' maybe first varsity points. I think Owen is just the consummate bench cheerleader. He's got his warm-up draped over his head there, and he's going to jump up at any opportunity he can. He actually played that role great last year. Anytime somebody hit a 3, it's always excited to see the starters whooping it up on the bench for the players who are deep on the bench that get in games, get in blowouts like this, and have a chance to score points. Freeport's Brady Stevenson is in the game, as it looks like Parker Lucas adds another basket. Seamus Straub again, the lane opens for him. He throws up a left-handed shot, he misses. He gets his own rebound. Straub is up and misses another layup. Ben Tomer misses a layup. And Owen DiGregorio was up out of his seat again, but clapped his hands a little bit in frustration. Madelon throws it ahead for Ben Tomer, who can't catch up with it. North Catholic turns it over. We're a 24-point lead, and the clock is running again. Perhaps the clock was stopped out of a timeout last time. I really need to check on my running clock rules before I do the next game. We're under a minute now, Freeport and North Catholic. Ben Lane is going to try to drive against Straub. Straub tips the ball away, dives on the court, can't get it. Lane's going to continue working on Melenda. His layup misses. Melenda fights against 2 people for a rebound, and he grabs it. Melenda really had to fight hard for that rebound against Garrett Risch of Freeport. There was a very high-spirited JV game before this one, and it took a long time to play, which is why we're still playing at 9:14. And this time, that is, I think, Risch, but he misses the shot. 20 seconds left now, running clock. We'll see if North Catholic, I was going to say they're going to try to run out the clock, but Ben Lane taps it away from Melenda and shoots a fadeaway shot that misses. Now 10 seconds left, throws it ahead to Tomer, and Tomer puts it up and in. Tomer with 4 points on the night. Freeport throws a long shot. It misses. North Catholic walks away with an 83-57 win. 83-57, North Catholic moves to 4-1, 3-0 in the section. Freeport's first game of the year ends up in a loss. You had to be impressed tonight with North Catholic's pace. As the game went on, they dominated Freeport more and more. Freeport could not keep up with the 9 North Catholic players that pressed them full court, and they really could not keep up with probably tonight's player of the game, Andrew Ammerman, who had 25 points. The Trojans are actually right back at it tomorrow afternoon as they welcome Baldwin to Barth and Graham Court. JV is slated for a noon start with varsity to follow at 1:30 p.m. Heading into next week, our upcoming broadcast schedule on the NC Sports Network looks like this. Monday the 18th, the Trojans play host to the Blue Devils of Mount Lebanon. JV will be at 6 p.m. and varsity at 7:30 p.m. On Tuesday evening, we have hockey for you as North faces off with Kiski at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex. Puck drop is scheduled for 9:10 p.m. The Trojanettes have a pair of weeknight home games. On Wednesday, they will take on Beaver Falls at 7, which is varsity only. On Thursday night, the Trojanettes match up with Freedom. JV will be at 6 p.m. with varsity following at 7:30. Next Saturday is the Don Graham Classic here at North, which will be our NCSN Games of the Week. It is a full day of basketball as the Trojanettes will play Blackhawk and the Trojans will take on rival Central Catholic. Be sure to catch all of the week's action right here on the NC Sports Network. Again, tonight's game ended with an 83-57 North Catholic victory. For the entire NCSN crew and myself, Sean Malone, have a good rest of your evening, everyone, and thank you for watching.